Hey, it's me, your boyfriend slash girlfriend. You know the spiel. Favorite content creator, yada yada. Man, sometimes it's really hard. It's really hard to give a shit about things. It's really hard to have empathy and feel for people, especially when you are seeing people in an industry that you really care about getting destroyed. So, once again, courtesy of Microsoft, there is another round of layoffs. This time affecting about 4% of its total workforce in the gaming side, which roughly translates to 9,000 people losing their job. Not only are people now going to be suddenly out of work, right? Which I've always said is a bad thing. Studios are being shut down, which I've also always said is a bad thing. It's never good when studios are getting deleted, when years of work goes down the drain. Okay, whether it's from the consumer experience, aka the whole stop killing game petition, which has garnered a lot of signatures. That's something positive happening in the gaming world recently. Or from the developmental side, where they spent these years working on the games that will never see a live day. It fucking sucks. So this is courtesy of Windows Central, but let's just go over the fucking news. Microsoft is closing down Xbox Studio, the initiative, with Perfect Dark killed as well, joining Everwild and ZeniMax's new IP and other unannounced projects. Microsoft is closing down the initiative after 7 years. The partnership with Crystal Dynamics will end and Perfect Dark will be canceled. Earlier, we reported exclusively that Perfect Dark was on the chopping block as part of Microsoft's latest round of cuts. Now we can confirm the sad news. Here, talking about hitting the 4% of the global workforce across. Oh, sorry, it wasn't just the gaming division. Every division of the company. Many of those layoffs are hitting Xbox, with staffers in various departments receiving notes today. Many of those affected include Xbox Studio Initiative, which is sadly being closed down. The Perfect Dark revival of Rare's classic stealth IP from the early 2000s. The team at the initiative was set up in 2018 with studio heavyweights including lead Daryl Gallagher of Tomb Raider fame. Gallagher's former team at Crystal Dynamics was working together with Microsoft on Perfect Dark, and that partnership will now also conclude. As a result of the game's cancellation, Microsoft is shutting down the initiative. Microsoft says it will work with staffers to provide severance and support, and has encouraged developers affected to apply for other Xbox positions within the company to receive priority consideration. Can we pause for a moment here? Can we pause for a moment and just reread that? Microsoft says it will work with staffers to provide severance and support, and has encouraged developers affected to apply for other Xbox positions within the company. Why? Okay, I understand you're looking for a job, you want to get priority. I get that. But apply to the company that just fired you for seemingly no reason other than their bottom line. I feel like that would not make me want to apply. That'd make me actually laugh. You fired me, now you want to rehire me at a different position that pays less? Like, what are we doing? Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty shared with the following email internally, confirming that Rare IP Everwild, Perfect Dark, and other unannounced projects have been canceled. Windows Central understands that one of these projects was ZeniMax Online's new MMORPG Blackbird, previously meant to succeed The Elder Scrolls Online. The initiative is the only studio closure plan today, although some other teams have seen cuts of varying degrees. And then this is just some corporal bullshit from Phil Spencer talking about how they made a decision about development of Everwild and other projects, yada yada yada. Our overall portfolio strategy is unchanged. Build games that excite players to continue to grow. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same bullshit, dude. The only thing here worth note is saying that the games shown during the June showcase are safe. And here we're talking about 9,000 staffers losing their job from Azure to Xbox. Microsoft has laid over 15,000 people in 2025, despite reporting record profits. Yes. That's always what it comes down to, isn't it? Always the same story. The bottom line. The bottom line is the end all be all. That's all that matters. And there will never be enough money. Not ever. They will never make enough money to guarantee the safety of those that help build that particular wealth. Never. At this point, I think the only maybe studio that they have under their control that's always safe is going to be like fucking Activision, because they make Call of Duty all the time. But I'm still stuck on the telling people to rehire, to reapply. That's the same company. That's fucking wild to me. The Perfect Dark game looked so good. To me, it was the best they showed at that showcase. It looked so good. It looked so cool. I love immersive sims. And they killed it. Hopefully, maybe somehow they can salvage the product if they're because like, are there any rare shit left anymore from Microsoft? Like, is it just Sea of Thieves? Is that it? I think I read recently that one of the leads or heads of Rare just left the company, just fucking left, and I couldn't blame them. Why would you want to stay? This is just like the Hi-Fi Rush stuff. Why would you want to stay in an really truly an industry, but in this example for a company that no matter what you produce, you get canned? No matter what, you can have a game that's critically successful, commercially successful, still get fucking fucked. You could be working on a game that has people hyped, still get fucking fucked. This is not me doing console war bullshit. You know, I don't do that. This is me talking strictly from my perspective. What's the point of being excited for like Xbox games when this has been the harsh reality of it? I was excited for a Perfect Dark. It's gone now. If you were excited for Everwild, guess what? Gone. This gives me no confidence that even like Fable's gonna get fucking released, because why would it? Microsoft hasn't really given us a good reason to trust that the games they're showcasing will be released. I know some of you guys who were old. I mean, I'm old too, but like old, probably feeling the same way now you felt when Scalebound got canceled, right? You were excited for that game. I wasn't, but you were excited for it and it got canceled. Since then, Microsoft's been kind of doing that. And I don't understand how they can expect people to be excited for the products that they put out when they get canceled. They don't even get a chance to see the light of day. The only gameplay footage we ever got for Perfect Dark, the studio that was assembled in 2018, the initiative, was that. The trailer we got, and that was it. Why not release the game? It's not like, I understand like Everwild, it's a new IP, but Perfect Dark is an established IP. That should have been a safer bet. Why not release it? Was it one of the situations, you know, where the scope got too big or too much bloat? I don't really fucking know. But I feel like Microsoft, who made record profits, could probably at least afford to put out Perfect Dark. But instead, it's just cancellations after cancellations. 15,000 people. The year's halfway done, and they've already let go of 15,000 people. 15,000 people at one point had no jobs. Hopefully, they have, you know, bounced back, landed on their feet, are working somewhere else, or doing something else they love. But 15,000 people out of Microsoft while they make more and more and more and more money. Do you guys see why on this channel I do not shy away from talking about politics or like capitalism or how these systems work? Because they are the systems that enable shit like this. When you get mad that a game has released in the broken, buggy state, it is not because the developers are lazy. It is because there are unreal expectations placed on them, or it's poor management, or it's bloat, or it is executives want to get their bonuses, so put it out at this quarter, right? When you guys are mad that the games are all becoming live servicey, it's because of capitalism. They care about making the most money. That's it. They will turn games that were single player experiences into live services. Looking at you, Bungie and Marathon. They will take franchises that they feel like can make them more money and then morph it and get rid of what made it unique in the first place. And it's not because of DEI or wokeness or any of the dumb bullshit those grifters have been feeding you guys for years at this point. It is capitalism. It is the almighty dollar. It is the bottom line. The bottom line is why Hi-Fi Rush, even though it was a success, got the studio canceled. Thankfully, they came back, right? But Microsoft closed that studio. Closed them. And they were successful. There is no metric under capitalism at which anyone is safe. I should rephrase that. Anyone who produces something is safe, because the executives, those people are always going to be safe. It's they get all the benefits, but then they make cuts. It's the developer who is working 50 hours a week. It's the developers who stayed in their offices for a month and didn't see their family to get their game finally pushed out in time. Those are the guys who get the fucking axe, not the higher ups. It's never their fault. Their leadership directions, never their fault. Always the fault of those beneath them. Because of capitalism. I got nothing positive to say. So if you're hoping for me to like wrap us up in a nice bow, I'm not going to do that. I'm a realist. This shit fucking sucks. It's going to keep sucking until we understand that the system of capitalism is not sustainable, and it is always going to make art suffer. Going to make people who create art suffer. These people who worked on a game that they can't even say, like, imagine this was like their first game. Some people, maybe like an environmental artist or a storyboarder, they can't even use this to get another job because the game's never come out, so no one can verify that. Like, it gets deeper than that. Like, I know people are like, why are you talking so much about this cancellation? It's because that happens to people. And for Microsoft, they've done it to 15,000 people just this year alone. I was on Twitter seeing people saying, oh, I guess today's my last day at this studio. Like, they're finding out seconds before we find out. That's fucked up. It's fucked.